Good morning to all. Welcome to Anu Krishna online chemistry classes. And today we'll discuss about the law of mass action. And based on observing the several chemical reactions, Goldberg and Peter Weitz scientists can make one relation between the concentration of reactants and rate of reaction. Okay, these two scientists have observed several chemical reaction and then finally given the one statement based on the concentration of reactants and rate of reaction. Here, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of the concentrations of reactants, the product of concentrations of reacting species, and each term is raised to the powers. Each term is raised to the powers. This is the statement was given by the Goldberg and Peter Weitz. Goldberg and Peter Weitz. Goldberg and Peter Weitz, these are the two scientists, can explain the relation between the concentrations of the reactants and the rate of reaction. According to the law of mass action, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to product of the active masses of the reacting species and each term is raised to power. Each term is raised to powers. This is the statement of the law of mass action. Or the active masses is also called as a molar concentrations. Active masses is also called as a molar concentrations. Then how to calculate the active masses or molar concentrations? The number of moles present in the given volume of solution. The number of moles present in the given volume of solution. Number of moles by volume. Based on this formula, we can calculate the active mass or molar concentrations. Active mass is equal to number of moles per volume. Number of moles per volume. Again, how to calculate the number of moles? The number of moles is equal to formula given weight by gram molecular weight. Given weight by gram molecular weight. Or if the volume is given, the given volume by gram molar volume. The given volume by gram molar volume. What is the GMV? Gram molar volume of any gas at STP conditions? 22.4 liters. 22.4 liters. Or the given number of molecules are given. Then the number of moles is equal to given molecules by Avogadro number of molecules. What is the value of Avogadro number? 6.023 into 10 power 23. Okay. So there is a three formulas. Number of moles given weight by gram molar weights or gram molecular weights or the given volume by gram molar volume or that is equal to the number of molecules by Avogadro number of molecules. Given molecules by Avogadro number of molecules. These are the formulas we are used to calculating the number of moles. And when you know the number of moles, we can calculate the active mass. Active masses of the reacting species or molar concentrations of the reacting species. The active mass of the reacting species were represented in a square brackets. Square brackets. For example, the square bracket and I am taking the A. That is nothing but the molar concentration of reacting species A. Or the square bracket I am taking the NO. The molar concentrations of NO. Or the square bracket of N2. Then the molar concentration of N2 or active mass of the N2. Okay, and I will take the one general reaction. M moles of A is react with N moles of B and P moles of C and Q moles of D is products. M moles of A is react with N moles of B, finally P moles of C and then Q moles of D is product is obtained. For this given reaction, how to apply the law of mass action? What is the statement? The rate of reaction is directly proportional to product of the active masses of the reacting species and each term is raised to the powers. Okay. Then the rate is equal to rate is proportional to A power m B power n. Rate is proportional to A power n and then B power n. What are the stoichiometric coefficients of reacting species? They are exactly raised to the powers in a balanced chemical equation. What are the stoichiometric coefficients of reacting species present in the balanced equation? They will be raised to as a powers. Okay. Next, if you take the general equation, the 2A plus 3B gives rise to C. That means the 2 moles of A is react with 3 moles of B and finally converted into 1 mole of C. For this equation, what about the rate of reaction? The rate is proportional to the product of the concentrations of reacting species. Product. How many moles of A is there? 2 moles. And then how many moles of B will be? 3 moles. A into A is nothing but A square. B into B into B is nothing but B cube. So here rate is proportional to A square and B cube. A square B cube. Okay. And if you take any chemical reaction, 1 mole of N2 react with 3 moles of hydrogen and finally converted into 2 moles of ammonia, or 2 moles of NO react with O2 and finally converted into 2 moles of NO2. Whatever the any chemical reaction take it, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentrations of the active masses of the reacting species. The product of active masses of the reacting species. And 2 moles of NO react with O2 and 2 moles of NO2 is a product. 2 moles of NO2 is a product. Here the reactants are NO and O2, nitric oxide and O2. The rate is proportional to the molar concentrations of nitric oxide. Molar concentrations of nitric oxide and oxygen. Okay, now the rate is proportional to the product of molar concentrations of NO and O2. Next, if you take the one more equation, N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. Here also the rate is proportional to the product of molar concentrations of reacting species, that is N2 and H2. N2 and H2. Okay, so this is about the law of mass action. Next, rate law or rate equation. Here the rate equation also can explain the relation between the rate of reaction and then the concentration of reactants. Okay, according to rate equation also, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of the active masses of the reacting species, and each term is raised to some power. Each term is raised to the some power. Okay, so that is about the rate equation or rate law. The rate law majorly explains the relation between the rate of reaction and concentrations of the reactants. Here also, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of the molar concentrations of reacting species, and each term is raised to the some power. Okay, now that statement was explained by the rate law or rate equation. Okay, now the rate equation or law of mass action, both are similar definitions. But in the law of mass action, the stoichiometric coefficients are exactly come to the powers, and the law of mass action can be explained according to theoretical way. But in the rate equation, the stoichiometric coefficients of reactants may or may not be same come to the powers. Okay, whatever the powers obtained in the rate equation, they are not obtained from the balanced chemical equation. They can be explained according to the experimental way. According to the experimental way. Okay. For example, the rate is proportional to concentrations of reacting species, power n. Or rate R is proportional to C power n. C power n. Whenever remove the proportionality, R is equal to K into C power n. R is equal to K into C power n. Okay. If you take it the one of the reaction, M moles of A is react with N moles of B and P moles of C and Q moles of D is a product. Q moles of D is a product. Here, according to rate equation, the rate is proportional to the product of the active masses of the reacting species and the stoichiometric coefficients are raised to only some power. That's why instead of M, I will take it the X and B power Y. Because the stoichiometric coefficients of reacting species in a balanced chemical equation, they are not exactly raised to the powers in the rate equation. But the law of mass action, directly what are the coefficients are there, they will be converted into product, powers. Okay. Here X and Y. And I will take it one more equation, 2 moles of A and 3 moles of B and convert it into product C. Here also, according to rate equation, the rate is proportional to A power X and B power Y. A power X and then B power Y. Otherwise, general equation take it N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2 moles of ammonia. The formation of ammonia by using the N2 and hydrogen. For this equation, what about the rate? Rate is proportional to N2 power X and H2 power Y. In the rate equation, the stoichiometric coefficients of reacting species, they are may be same or may not be same. That's why instead of direct coefficients, I am taking the variable X and Y. These X and Y can be determined by using experimental values. The powers are calculated by using the experimental method. Okay. But the law of mass action, directly the coefficients are raised to the powers. That is the variation between the law of mass action and the rate equation. Okay. If we take it the one more equation, 2 moles of NO plus O2 gives rise to 2 moles of NO2. Then rate is proportional to NO whole power X and O2 whole power Y. O2 whole power Y. Okay. This is about the rate equation. And in the rate equation, the concentrations of one of the reacting species I am taking excess amount of reacting species I am taking, then the rate of reaction doesn't depend upon the quantity or the substance which is present in the excess quantity. For example, out of N1 O2, I am taking the large amount of O2. Then the total rate of reaction is only depend upon the NO, but not a oxygen. Okay, because if you take it the large amount of oxygen, only small amount of oxygen is participated in the rate of reaction. Out of large quantity, how much amount of O2 is participated in the rate of reaction or chemical reaction, we cannot determine exactly and accurately. That's why one of the reactant is taken excess amount, then the excess amount of reacting species we are not considered in the rate equation. Okay, so this is also one of the factors. Next, whenever removing the proportionality constant, then R is equal to K into NO whole power X and O2 whole power Y. Our general equation, R is equal to K into C power n. Then here K is called as a rate constant. Then how to define the rate constant? Here the concentration of the reacting species I am taking unity. The concentration of the reacting species I am taken as a unity value. That means 1 mole per liter. The molar concentrations of reacting species is 1 mole per liter. Then in this case, the rate R is equal to K into 1 power N. From this equation, the R is equal to K. Then what is the definition of K? The K is defined as the rate per unit concentrations of reacting species. Okay. The rate per unit concentrations of reacting species is called as a rate constant K. Rate constant K. Okay. Then what about the units of rate constant K? To explain the units, the R is equal to K into molar concentrations of the reacting species power N. Then units of K is equal to R is nothing but rate by the concentrations of C power N. C power N. Then what are the units of rate? Mole, liter inverse, second inverse. Mole, liter inverse, second inverse. So if the concentrations I am taking mole per liter, or if I am taking the partial pressures or atmospheres. Okay. So here K is equal to mole, liter inverse, second inverse by concentration units. The concentration is nothing but number of moles present in the unit volume. Our molar concentration is equal to number of moles present in the unit volume. So here number of moles by liter power N. Number of moles per liter power N. Then this value is in the upside. The K is equal to mole into mole power minus N. Mole power N goes to upside. Mole power minus N. Liter minus 1 and liter power N. And second inverse. A power M into A power N formula. A power M plus N. And liter power N minus 1 and second inverse. So these are the general units of rate constant K. Here N is a order of reaction. N is the order of reaction. Order is nothing but in the particular rate equation, the sum of the powers of the concentrations of reacting species. The sum of powers of concentrations of reacting species in a particular rate equation. Then it is called as a order of the reaction. That means the N value may be 0 or the N value may be 1 or maybe 2 or maybe 3 or fractional values also obtained. Fractional values also obtained. Okay. This is the general units. Next, what are the characteristics of rate constant? What are the characteristics? The K value deciding whether the reaction is a fast reaction or the reaction is a slow reaction. Okay. Greater the value of rate constant, then faster is the reaction. Or the smaller the value of rate constant, then slower the reaction. K value high ga unte, then the rate of reaction also very high. Or the K value is less, then the rate of reaction also less. Okay. And otherwise the K value depends upon the nature of the reactants and products. The K values depends upon the nature of the reactants. That means the nature of reactants are nothing but ionic compounds or covalent compounds. Ionic reactions are very fast, then the K value also very high. Or the covalent reactions are slow, then the K value also less. Again, in the covalent reactions, which is a slow reaction, which is the fast reaction. That can be explained how many bonds are broken and how many bonds are formed between the two atoms. Based on that, we can explain the rate constant. And the rate constant is independent of the concentrations of the reacting species. The definition only we are called as the rate per unit concentration. Okay, the concentration of reacting species I am taking the 1 mole per liter. Then it is called as the rate constant. That's why the K value doesn't depend upon the concentrations of the reacting species. Or if you take the particular chemical reaction at particular temperature, the rate constant also fixed. The rate constant also fixed. The rate constant value is fixed at particular temperature for a particular reaction. For the same reaction, while changing the temperature, then the rate constant also change. Rate constant also change. Okay. Then the units of K is depends upon the order of the reaction. Units of K. That value is depend upon the order of the reaction. All the concentrations are given. These are the units. Or in case the rate is given in the rate of the reaction is given in the pressures, the units of pressure. Or instead of concentration of reacting species, the partial pressures of the gases are given. Then what about the units of K? Then K is equal to the rate units in pressure atmosphere second inverse by atmosphere second inverse by the partial pressures of the gases atmosphere taking atmosphere's power n. Then K is equal to atmosphere 1 minus n and second inverse. So these are the units of rate constant whenever given in the pressures. Thank you students. Subscribe my channel, share the video.